My phone vibrates in my pocket. When I go to answer, I see Sho's calling me. Hey Sho,
Broseph, I'm so glad you picked up. I need your help.
are you okay?
No, I'm in dire need of assistance.
What's going on?
Do you have any experience buying a gift? For a lady friend?
Talking about what he told me, right?
Yeah, I still can't believe she's into me.
Me neither. Sho loves.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Anytime.
So, does that mean you'll help?
I can't leave my bro hanging. Sho sighs in relief.
You are the best Broseph a bro could have. Come meet me at the mall.
I'll be right there. I hang up the phone and head to my bike. Then I drive directly to the mall. After I park, I see Sho waiting for me at the main entrance. He greets me with his usual goofy grin, but his hair is disheveled and there's worries in his eyes.
Thanks for meeting me. I don't even know where to start.
What should we suggest? Jewelry? Stuffed animals? Boring. Chocolate? I think chocolate is good, right? For the beginning. Do you even have to ask? Get her chocolate.
I don't know.
Have you ever met a girl who wouldn't eat chocolate? Joe thinks hard about it.
No, I haven't.
Exactly. Joe nods.
Good thinking, Broseph. Let's go.
He leads the way to the store. What is this gift for anyway?
It's our 1-month anniversary.
Wow, time sure flies by fast. Has it been a month already? I feel like it was just yesterday that we fought May's team.
I know, me too. Time seems to pass in a click, doesn't it?
I've never heard that saying before. Anyway, congrats on your 1 month.
Thanks. I'm actually kind of surprised by how it happened.
How did it happen?
I kind of saw it coming, actually.
I try to hold back my laugh, but a snort escapes. Joe looks curiously at me. Sorry. Just hard to believe he wasn't oblivious for once.
Well, it was the weekend after our victorious defeat of Onabugeisha. Hitomi stopped me as I was heading home to congratulate me. She brought me a cake and it said, yes or no.
Yes or no what?
That's what I asked her, or wanted to. Before I could speak, she said, we should go on a date.
So she asked you? His cheeks turned pink.
Yeah.
And you said yes.
Yeah. I mean, she's never been shy about her feelings. I could tell she was interested in me, but I thought maybe it was because...
He trailed off. Because what?
Because she was hypnotized by my supreme gymnast body.
I facepalm while Joe laughs. And here I was worried that it was something serious.
I couldn't resist. But seriously, I'm so lucky that she's into me. I don't want to screw this up. That's why I want to make sure this present is special.
I nod. On that note, we better get back to searching.
Right.
I helped Joe pick out the perfect gift for his lady friend. He ended up going with my advice and buying her a box of gourmet chocolates. As we exit the store, Joe has a spring in his step, but he seems both nervous and hopeful. I hope she ends up liking her present. We say our goodbyes in the parking lot. Since I didn't have class today, I've got even more free time than usual. What do I feel like doing? Let's meet up with Valerie. I bet Valerie would want to hang out. I decided to give her a call.
Hey there. I was just thinking about you.
Oh really?
Yep. I was just thinking how fun it would be to go dancing. But I need a partner. Are you in?
I'm not much of a dancer. I don't think I'd make a good dance partner.
So, it doesn't matter if you're good or not, as long as you have fun.
You need someone to stand on the sideline and watch everyone else dance? I can do that.
Alright, but I bet I can get you dancing before the night's done.
Good luck. Is this going to be on campus?
You're funny. I'll text you the address. See you soon.
He hangs up, and a few seconds later my phone buzzes with a text. So not on campus. I get changed into something more comfortable which I can still move in, then drive to the address. As I get close, I see a line of people waiting out front as a bouncer checks everyone's ID. This is not what I expected. Mallory stands right out front and waves me over.
Finally, you're here! I almost thought you weren't coming.
Are we at a club?
Obviously. Where do you think people go dancing?
I thought you were talking about a dance class. Valerie laughs.
Nope.
I glance at the bouncer up ahead as he turns away a couple of underage girls. How do you expect to get in?
With my ID, of course.
She pulled out her ID, which labeled her as 20. Where did you get that? She smirks.
I have my ways.
You should be careful. Maybe this isn't a good idea. He might know it's a fake.
He won't know. Trust me, I've done this before.
This isn't very reassuring. I hope Valerie knows what she's doing. Aren't we going to get in line? Valerie laughs.
Who stands in line?
She straightens right up to the bouncer and flashes him an irresistible smile. Then she slips her ID into his hands. He grins appreciatively at her and waves her in, but stops as I try to follow.
He's with me.
Valerie touches the bouncer's arm and gives him a sultry look.
It would make me really happy if you let him in too.
He sighs and checks my ID, then waves me in. Valerie winks as we slip past the bouncer and into the club. I squint in the dim bar as my heart pulses in time with the bass. The place has a decent crowd for this time of night. I migrate towards the bar and order a drink and something age appropriate for Valerie. She accepts the drink with an amused glint in her eyes.
Come on, let's dance.
She grabs my hands and pulls me to the dance floor. I pull back. Hey, I don't dance, remember? She pouts.
Are you really gonna make me dance alone?
You knew what you were getting into when you asked me to come.
Too bad. You don't get a choice.
She grabs my hand and pulls me onto the dance floor. Then she swings her hips in time to the beat and bounces in rhythm to the music. I sigh in defeat and begin tapping my toes. Once I feel more confident, I join Valerie in moving my hips.
I told you I'd get you to dance.
You win. She smirks. Do what seems fun. Who cares if I'm good or not? I'm just going to do what feels right. I sway my body in whichever way the music takes me. Sometimes my limbs don't respond quite the way I thought they would. My movements seem a little jerky and uncoordinated. Valerie giggles.
Are we having fun yet?
I nod. This wasn't so bad after all. After dancing together for a while, I feel thirsty. I'm going to get another drink. You want anything? Valerie shakes her head. Okay, I'll be right back.
I'll be here.
I return to the bar and order a water, then chug it in one long gulp. Dancing is hard work. Feel like I'm getting a workout. As I go find Valerie, some random guy corners her.
What's a pretty thing like you doing in a place like this?
Valerie forces a smile and steps away from him.
Sorry, but I have a boyfriend.
I'm just talking to you. That's not a crime, is it? How about I buy you a drink?
What a vulture. Step away for 1 minute. I stand behind the guy, about to say something when Valerie glances at me and smirks. Then she refocuses on the guy.
Just one drink?
That's right. Just one drink.
Okay. Surprise me.
As the guy heads to the bar, Valerie darts towards me and leads me away.
Come on, before he comes back.
I laugh as Valerie leads me to the far end of the club. We sit on a couple of free stools and rest.
What a creep, right?
Yeah. Nice strategy telling him you have a boyfriend. Too bad it didn't work. Valerie gives me a strange look.
What do you mean, strategy?
Well, you don't have one, do you?
Of course I do.
He's joking, right? Valerie makes all kinds of jokes, but her face holds no hint of a teasing smile. Wait, seriously? How come I'm only finding out about this now?
You never asked before.
If you have a boyfriend, then why did you invite me to clubbing instead of him? Valerie's teasing smirk appears.
To make him jealous.
I frown. Valerie,
I'm just kidding. No need to look so serious. I did invite him, but he's out of town.
how convenient. She pouts.
Aw, that sounds like you don't believe me. I'm hurt.
She pulls out her phone and shows me a text message string.
See for yourself.
The first text is from Valerie. Aw, since you won't be here, I'm going to hang out with Kite Cat tonight. I miss you. XOXO. He replied, I miss you too. Be safe and have a fun night, but not too much fun. Don't worry, the real fun won't start until you get back. I've got a special treat for... Valerie snatches the phone out of my hands.
The rest is a private conversation.
Okay. I'm convinced you're telling the truth. Valerie grins and stands.
Break's over, mister. Let's dance some more.
We dance until our feet grow tired and we can't dance anymore. As we walk out of the club, Valerie leans into me and eases her aching feet. Valerie pauses and slips her heels off. She pulls out a pair of comfortable shoes from her bag. Seems overly prepared for this. How often does she go out dancing? When we arrive at my bike, Valerie and I both climb on. After I drop Valerie off at Ace, I head home. Although tonight wasn't at all what I expected, I still ended up having a good time. My stomach growls loudly as I park my bike in the garage. Nikki, please be home for once. I wonder what we're going to have for dinner. As I enter the kitchen, I see a dainty strawberry cake sitting on the kitchen table. Cake for dinner? I peer closely at the layered cake and use my finger to taste the whipped cream. It melts on my tongue in a cloud of sweetness. Fresh whipped cream. That's the only kind of whipped cream I'll eat. Mom spoiled us. She never bought whipped cream because she'd always make it herself. Wait a minute. Mom's birthday! Nikki? Did Nikki bake this cake for Mom's birthday? I searched the house but see no sign of her. There's no text from her on my phone either. Clearly she came home after school. Which means there's only one place she can be. I grab my keys and hop back on my bike to find Nikki. We lived next to a park back home and Nikki would often escape to where when she was upset. Just as I expected, I find Nikki swinging forlornly in the park. Her head is bent as she gazes down at something in her hands. I take a seat beside her. She glances at me, but doesn't speak. Instead, she cups the open locket in her hands, the one that usually hangs around her neck. Inside is a picture of Mom and Dad. You okay?
I don't know.
Mom would have loved the cake you made her. Nikki snaps the locket shut and holds it to her chest.
I had to do something, you know? Today is Mom's birthday and I couldn't not celebrate it.
I know.
So I thought I'd make her a cake like we used to, but then...
Her voice trembles, and she takes a minute to compose herself.
Then that cake, it was like it was taunting me. A reminder that Mom will never get a chance to eat it. It's not fair!
Nikki's knuckles turn white as she clutches at the locket. Her hands begin to shake.
I barely got any time with her before she was taken away, and I just want her back.
Nikki,
I know I'm being crazy, but I just keep thinking it's my fault.
tears trickle down her cheeks and leave wet stains on her shirt. Instinctively, I pull her in for a hug, and she leans against me. This wasn't your fault, Nikki.
It is!
You had no control over this. She pulls away and falls silent. When she finally speaks, her voice is thick.
missed the bus that day.
What?
The reason I left the cafe is because I missed the bus and needed a ride home. I keep thinking, what if I had just gotten on that bus as soon as class ended? I wasn't even doing anything important. I was just hanging out and lost track of time. I remember being so annoyed when they didn't show up. I was so angry I had to walk home, and all I could think about was how much
Her voice falters.
I hated them.
You didn't mean that. You were angry.
What kind of daughter thinks like that? When I remember, I just feel so disgusted with myself.
Be that as it may, what happened wasn't your fault. Nikki, you didn't tell that driver to hit them, but you can't keep blaming yourself.
Then why do I feel like I'm being punished?
Because this sucks. Because it's so easy to think about all the years that have been stolen from you, and to lament that loss. But you can't keep thinking like that. Focus on all the good times you had with them. The last thing Mom and Dad would want is for you to be sad because of them. They want you to be happy.
I know. I just miss them so much.
I know. I miss them too. But on the bright side, at least you still got me. Nikki sighs.
I thought you were trying to make me feel better, not worse.
Hey. She lets out a weak laugh. Your tears have stopped and some colors returning to her face. Remember Mom's cake from last year? It was completely inedible.
You mean the second cake? The one you baked for Mom because you forgot her birthday?
Oh yeah, whoops. Nikki laughs.
Mom tried so hard to eat it, but eventually she just gave up.
Not my finest moment. But at least it wasn't as bad as the one Dad baked the year before.
You mean when he almost burned our entire house down?
Nikki laughs so hard she snorts, which only makes her laugh harder. Her laughter is infectious and I can't help but join in. I think I got a lot more of Dad in me than you do.
Yeah, but it's not all bad. You got a lot of his good qualities too. Like how you're always there for me when I need you.
It's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. Nikki bumps me playfully with her swing.
Rude!
No, you know what's rude? Leaving a perfectly delicious cake untouched in the kitchen.
That's true. It was made for eating.
So let's go eat it. Grinning from ear to ear, Nikki nods and stands up. Together we head to my bike and I drive us back home. As soon as I park, the two of us hop off my bike and eagerly rush into the kitchen, then freeze. There's only 1/3 of the cake remaining, and a trail of crumbs starts from the kitchen table and ends at Uncle Kaito's face. I can only stare in stunned silence at the scene.
Uncle Kaito?
He pauses. A fork full of moist yellow cake is halfway to his mouth.
Did you eat all of the cake?
Uncle Kaito looks from his fork to Nikki, then back at the fork.
I want my lawyer.
Nikki and I burst out laughing as Uncle Kaito shoves the fork into his mouth. Nikki and I split the rest of the cake while Kaito looks on longingly. Nikki's all smiles for the rest of the night as Uncle Kaito asks us about our day. I tuck into bed early as I know I'll have a busy day of frolicking in the hot springs tomorrow. Soon I'm dreaming about Mayu steaming up the hot water.